Back once again this Sunday evening. Today we have the one and only John Ripper. This actually is probably my favorite basketball game of all time. Believe it or not, I could play this game more than the modern basketball games today. It's probably my favorite basketball game of all time. I remember I told you guys in the chat, in the review a couple of years ago that I could score 500 points with John Ripper, and I've actually done it before. I might not be able to do it tonight, but I'm gonna just play like a basic game. I haven't actually played this game in a long time, but I'm gonna just give y'all a background on the history of that character in this game, because it was just kind of weird how I ran into him and played with him on the Minnesota Timberwolves, which was like my favorite team back in the 90s. This guy was literally like Michael Jordan when I first played it. All of my compadres probably got to go to work, but I think I'm gonna do this anyway. I ain't played this game in a minute. I generally like to play this game with the lights off so that I can see everything that's going on, but we'll probably leave the light on so y'all can at least see my face for the people that's gonna rewatch the stream. Play this game with the lights off. We have Minnesota. We're gonna make this an away game. Pick a random team. Close my eyes and do it. Alright. Whatever team this is. Okay, we playing Denver. Get ready to get started. In the starting lineup for the Minnesota Timberwolves at center, Jim Sink. At Stan Kong at center. Ooh. For power forward, we have Jim Sink. Ooh. A small forward, Dan East. Boo. And as shooting guard, number 95, John Ripper. Boo. 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 And as point guard, number 85, Mike Willie. Boo. And now your Denver Nuggets. At center, Donald Hill. As power forward, Reginald Lark. As small forward, Will Chin. As shooting guard, it's supposed to be Brian Stitch. Brian Stay. As point guard, Matt Aber. The games begin. As point guard, Matt Aber. What's going on, man? Appreciate you for joining the chat. Just getting a little stream here. Playing one of my old favorite sports games. Giving people a little history into what happened or how I got this character, John Ripper, where he came from. It's like I remember we first got this game. This was when Live 95 had came out. I mean, Live 06 had came out in August. It was in the fall of 2005. And and I remember, that's actually at the time when I was getting back into retro gaming because I hadn't had my Sega in years. I think we had ended up losing it. I don't even remember what happened to it, but we didn't have our Sega anymore. So I was starting to get back into nostalgia gaming around 2005. And ironically, they had this game on the new the Live 06, and I was just like, wow, I hadn't seen this since Sega. Uh, and then just played it, and then of course Minnesota was my favorite team at that time because I used to like the logo like with the wolf. It used to just look hard to me, and like the jersey and everything. And Kevin Garnett was like my favorite basketball player at the time, and and I remember I used to play on here, and I just used to notice with this guy John Ripper, like this guy would just go fucking ham. Like he would be able to score all the points. Said like hit all these game-winning shots. I mean, this guy literally was like Mike. I mean, you got the ball head and everything. I mean, y'all gonna see in a minute. And I just was just like, man, like it just became like this myth for like this dude was like the greatest created basketball player ever created. I don't know who made him, and I don't know if they mixed up the names and everything on here, and that's just how everything became the way it is. But John Ripper is the greatest basketball player ever created on a video game. Ooh, Lord. Yeah, man, it's like a lot of my game systems. It's like a lot of them just I don't even remember what happened. It was so long ago. I don't remember if I sold them or lost them or it was just so long ago. Yeah, man, it's like a lot of my game systems. It's like a lot of them. But I used to love this, and I used to love Madden. Madden '97 was like one of my favorite sports games of all time. I know a lot of gamers aren't too much into sports games, but I mean, everybody's played them at least once before. Everybody has one sports game that they like, and mine honestly is basketball. It's kind of like what I played in real life, so I always like the basketball games. But I don't play like the modern basketball games. I can't understand them. Like here, it's just everything's pretty basic and fluid. You don't have to do all the extensive crossovers and all that stuff. Even though all that stuff is cool, but sometimes it doesn't allow any fluidity with the player. It seems like it's a little easier to score on the games like this because the players kind of move a little bit more loose. Man. Oh yeah, NBA Playgrounds was fun. What used to be my favorite game back in that era was NBA Streets, and yeah, mainly NBA Streets was my favorite. They had a lot of them, like NBA Ballers and oh yeah, NBA Playgrounds was fun. What was another one? It's another one I can't think of right now, but NBA Streets was like my favorite. Street Volume 2. I don't think I can really play it now because I kind of like realistic basketball games, like where you have to really think as if you're in the heat of a game like this. Oh, you sorry bastard! Good block. Yeah, Volume 2 was the best one. I do know they made a Volume 3, but I think they butchered it though. I remember playing it years ago. I can't remember how it was though. I just don't remember it being all that good. Volume 2 is the best one. You know they made a Volume 3, but I think they butchered it. I remember playing it years ago. I can't remember how it was. Yep. And of course, you got NBA Jam. The one that came out in 2010, I wasn't really all that into. I remember it was hype when it came out though. But I wasn't. I didn't really find that one all that fun. It was okay. I mean, NBA Jam had its time. When it came out, that was just a good arcade basketball game. It looked really nice. It sounded really loud. I remember just seeing it in the arcades. It was just real loud. All those midway games were like that. It looked really nice. It sounded really loud. I remember just seeing the arcades. It was just real loud. All those midway games. Damn. Oh my God, man! They do not miss them here. That boy Donovan Bird. Oh my God, I hadn't heard that. I ain't seen you in years, man. What the hell you been up to? God damn, boy. I ain't seen you in years, man. What the hell you been up to? Man, I hope you're doing all right, man. I'm glad to see you in here. Damn, like you were literally my first subscriber. I remember when I had made quarterback club. You were the first person I remember that actually commented on my video. That's what actually made me want to make more videos. That's crazy, man. You were literally my first subscriber. Man, that's what's up. Yeah. I know a lot of people doing the military thing right now, man. Do you like it? As long as you enjoy it, man, that's what's up. Because my cousin's in the military right now. She's in the Air Force down there in Louisiana. And that's what's up. Yeah. I know a lot of people doing the military thing right now. Do you like it? As long as you enjoy it, man, that's what's up. My cousin's in the military right now. Ah, yeah, 8 years. That's pretty long. Wow. Yeah, that means you pretty much got all your benefits with that. That's good. Shit, you probably could buy a house, several houses. That's pretty long. That means you pretty much got all your benefits with that. That's good. So you could buy a house. Focus. Focus in the character. Always wins. Try to throw him an alley. Oh, damn. Ripper was sleeping. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, salute to everybody doing that shit, man, for real, cause that's a hell of a sacrifice. I mean, that's what my major was in, history, so I know about all the wars, and I'm sitting here looking at all these books right now on the battles of Stalingrad and all the shit that was going on during World War II. Yeah, man, like that's really take a lot of courage, really, to even fight for this all this shit out here. Oh yeah, yeah, man. I'm pretty much just going live right now. Like I've been still doing the reviews and everything, but primarily I've just been going live. It's just a lot easier. I'm able to connect with everybody, and really just chill and play a lot of these older games I had already reviewed, and then some other games that I will be getting as well. I actually got like a couple of them I want to try out. A lot of them are on the PlayStation. Wish I could have reviewed a lot of PlayStation games in the early years when I was doing my reviews, but I didn't know I didn't have the right equipment to edit long videos. Plus, I didn't even have a YouTube. My YouTube didn't even allow me to have videos over 10 minutes, so it would have been in like 20 parts. When I was doing my reviews, but I didn't know I didn't have the right equipment to edit long videos. Plus, I didn't even my YouTube didn't even allow me to have videos for 10 minutes, so it would have been in like 20 parts. But yep, I'm still at it, still making reviews. That's not going anywhere. Um, Jeez. Um, yeah, that's not going anywhere. And like I said, the reviews honestly are gonna be better than ever. So the next review I'm probably gonna make. Not sure what game it's gonna be yet, but I got a lot of them that I'm gonna plan to make next year, probably like early in January. That's gonna be really good. Like right now, like I said, I kind of like the streaming for now, so I kind of matter of fact, I know I'm gonna have a review in October with the Cap Attack. That's gonna be a good one, and I'm gonna have probably another one in between now and then. That might be like a little filler review, but I know my best reviews are probably gonna be like in January when I really have more time, to have more input into it. Damn, how did you miss that? I still, will mainly be just streaming, probably like however many times a week I can, just maybe almost every day. I just got a lot more time on my hands now, fortunately. Ooh. And ironically, it's like I got more time on my hands during the COVID thing, so it's like it kind of it's kind of like perfect almost. Because financially, I'm fine, and yeah, there you go. And like I said, I just would rather just kind of be rather just put more focus into my channel. Throughout my whole young adult years, I spent most of that working and going to college, and fortunately, it paid off for me to get me to this point now. But I just really would rather just be streaming and, like I said, making more reviews, having more short films that I'm gonna have coming out. I just got a lot more ideas that I want to start like putting out with Scorpio&Sebek, which is the brand that I developed. But I just rather be kind of focusing my time into that right now. Oh, should have made that. Mo, you're supposed to be the greatest basketball player ever. You gotta prove it now. Going live, baby. Oh, I didn't even see him. supposed to be the greatest basketball player ever. Gotta prove it now. All right, man. I'll catch you later. Fatality. I'll catch you later. And yeah, I'm still in Georgia, but pretty soon I'll be pretty much everywhere. I'll catch you later, Fatality. I'll catch you later. And yeah, I'm still in Georgia, but pretty soon I'll be pretty much everywhere. Yeah. What? Eh. Gotta get me a good swipe. Oh wow, you're in Columbus? That's cool. Yeah, that's actually where I have a lot of family at. My family actually has land like not too far from Fort Stewart. It's probably about maybe I would say about 15 miles away. And like I say, it's just pretty much you know how it is out there. It's pretty much in the country in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, that's actually where all my family is, where my mom's side is from. It's probably about maybe I would say about 15 miles away. Say it's just pretty much you know how it is out there. It's pretty much in the country in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, that's actually where all my family, where my mom's side is from. But right now, I'm in Atlanta. But like I said, I'll pretty much be everywhere. What? Finally, missed the shot. Godly, Jim Sink is the only white boy on the court. Good block. Free throw. I wish that all the basketball video games rather, had this type of free throw style. All that other shit they tried, I don't know, I don't like it. It just seems to be the most efficient one. They used it on every basketball game until like 2K, I think. Ooh, good one. Had to get the assist. Yeah, live 2005. Yeah, that was probably the best basketball game. Yeah, when I go back and actually replay it, it actually like when I look at the mechanics of it, the style of it, it was better than I used to think. The best basketball game was live 2006. But looking back on it, it was probably between that live 2005 and but my personal favorite honestly was this one. I just remember the impact this had. It's kind of like how Sonic had the same impact with me when I first played that. They just had everything right in this game. It just felt like a basketball game. Live 2005, but my personal favorite, honestly, I just kind of like how Sonic had the same impact with me. Well, Alex, what's going on? They just had everything right. It just felt ooh, there, a black man finally could jump. I've never seen him dunk. What's going on? Get the steal. I feel you on that, man. Yeah. I'm like the only game reviewer who's finally streaming a sports game. Like nobody like streaming sports game. I don't understand. It's like these are still video games too. You use the same styles and mechanics in this that you use in adventure games, in my opinion. You gotta time stuff. You gotta strategize. You gotta flow with the tempo of how the whole game is transitioning. It's just like any other video game. I feel like that people who play sports video games, they get treated like the way nerds get treated about just stuff in general. It's almost like people who play only sports video games get kind of neglected too. Because these games, you have to know what you're doing playing this. What? Now that see, come on. They get treated like the way nerds get treated about like right now, I gotta take a timeout so that I can position myself at half court so that I can be able to make a 3-pointer, which will be able to get me in position to have more points. Looking at statistically. Okay, John Ripper is shooting 5 for 9. He's shooting 55%. That's not good. Dan caught 33% for a center who's already down there in the low post area where his percentile should be high anyway. I can already tell that I'm not doing too well with him, so I need to make some adjustments. With John Ripper, I'm just taking too many stupid shots, but it's just like any video game, you strategize it. Just raise the pressure. So now in the game they're gonna just play defense better. The game is close. We have 4 seconds left. So let me strategize this. We got way down 1 point. It's 4 seconds left. Based on everybody shooting the highest field goal percentage, Mike Willie should be the one to get the ball. But because he's not the greatest player ever created, he's not going to get it. And John Ripper is about to hit the 3. Oh, he got blocked. Mike Willie should be the one to get the ball. But because he's not the greatest player ever created, he's not going to get it. John Ripper is about to hit the 3. Oh, we got blocked. See, let that have been like NBA 2K, and that had to be the center who had been dribbling the ball. He would have lost the ball. You saw how basic that was for him to do that. It's like if he's losing the ball, how is he good enough to be in the NBA? It should be just like how it was here. They don't miss on here, and it's kind of like how it is in real life. If all you had to do was just dribble a ball and throw it in a hoop all day, and you get paid millions of dollars. Like you better make every shot that you take.
That's the ball. So this is the only thing to do. It's like he loses the ball. How is he good enough to be NBA? Should be just like how it was. They don't. This is kind of like how it is in real life. All you have to do is just dribble the ball and throw it in the football game. Get paid billions of dollars. Better make every shot that you take.
Damn, how the fuck did he make that? I art the shit out of that. Oh, motherfucker. It's gotta be the white boy to make the shot.
What shot did he make that? Oh, shit. Oh. Gotta be the white boy to make the shot.
Damn, come on, man. Oh, I messed up. Well, the game's still close, so we still got a chance.
Damn, come on.
Okay, I thought I couldn't trust you. I will be streaming NFL Quarterback Club again too. That game is almost too easy sometimes. And I'll actually show y'all how when they run, they really do get injured like that from just running.
Trust you.
I mean, you could have the injuries off. You could turn their stamina all the way up. You could do all those adjustments, and somebody still would get injured from just running. I don't know if it's a glitch in the game or what it is, but they really do get injured like that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Uh-oh, he started to heat up. He's heating up. Oh!
Heating up.
Damn! On rip.
Oh. Yeah.
Wow, your first NBA Live game was on PlayStation 1? That's crazy. Which one was it? Live 2000 or 99? Yeah, like that literally happens. You would be running and they will literally just get injured. You'll be tapping the A button and like I said, they ran in spurts as if like, their ass was itching and then every time it itched, it just gave them like this burst of energy to run fast. And then they were running these spurts and then suddenly somebody would just drop down and they would be sitting there holding their knee and just like rocking back and forth. And then they'll be out literally for like, and then you could even do like a season on there, and sometimes it'll get so bad so where they'll do that they'll be out for like games during your campaign mode. It used to be horrible. Oh, Live 98, yeah, that was the classic on PlayStation. Man, you must have had money. Like, man, I don't know anybody that had the PlayStation a live game on PlayStation in 1998. Like nobody I knew had a PlayStation until like 99. During your campaign. Shit, I was still playing Sega until damn 1999. Yeah, that was the classic on PlayStation. Man, you must have had money. Like, man, I don't know anybody that had PlayStation. Live game on PlayStation in 1998. Like nobody I knew had a PlayStation until like 99. Sega until damn 1999. Oh. Oh, okay. That's good. Oh wow, that's cool, man. I was born into the well, no, not really. I was really born into the arcades. I remember going to friends' houses and playing the Sega Genesis, but I didn't get that until 1995. Ooh, so we had the Sega Genesis. That was the first game system. Sonic the Hedgehog, and Streets of Rage, and the Ninja Turtles. The Ninja Turtles game of Hyperstone Heist. It's my favorite games on the Genesis. And also that game X-Men Clone Wars. I want to stream that too when I get my Genesis again.
Sega Genesis, that was the first game. Sonic the Hedgehog, Streets of Rage, and the Ninja Turtles game of Hyperstone Heist. Favorite game. The game X-Men Clone Wars. I want to stream that too when I get my Genesis.
Shit. Ah. Oh, come on, man. Finally, you miss. Oh man, their defense is immaculate.
Oh,
Damn it, Ripper. What? Put me on the line. Yep. Yep, that 6-button controller was definitely needed for a lot of those Genesis games. Eternal Champions was the number one game you needed a 6-button controller for. I got a lot of slack for reviewing Eternal Champions. And I really didn't understand it when I got it right here actually still too. Maybe I can stream that again one day. But that game is like incredibly hard to me for some reason. Maybe if I did it with a 6-button controller, it'd be a little easier.
Controller was definitely needed for a lot of the Genesis games. Eternal Champions, the number one game you needed a 6-button controller. I got a lot of slack for reviewing Eternal Champions. I really didn't understand it. I got it right here actually still too. Maybe I could stream that again. But that game is like incredibly hard to me. Maybe if I did it with a 6-button controller, it'd be a little easier.
There you go. Dan East, you stepping up, man. All right. Good defense. Weapons. Yeah, like it was weird. Like, yeah, the start goes from punch to kick and Yeah, it was like weird how you had to like optimize the controls. Now I don't know if maybe I could have. No, actually, it didn't let me change that. I remember trying to configure that on the options in the menu screen, but when I actually played the game, it still was like that. But see, like I said, I don't know if it was set up like that because I was using the 3 button controller with the regular Genesis, or maybe it would have been different if I had plugged in the 6 button. If it was still the same, then yeah, those controls were so like cryptic to me. I'm not gonna lie, but World Heroes on the Genesis, to me, that's the worst game I've ever played. That probably is my most hated game, honestly. I really don't like that game.
It still was like that. But see, like I said, I don't know if it was set up like that because I was using the button controller with the regular Genesis. Or maybe it would have been different if I could plug in the 6 button. Still the same. Yeah, those controls were so cryptic. I'm not gonna lie, but what Heroes on the Genesis, to me, that's the worst game I've ever played. That probably is my most hated game, honestly. I really don't like it.
Yeah, come on, dog. Oh wow, if that's the case, yeah, then that sucks. All I know is when I reviewed it, I got a lot of dislikes on my video, and I was really surprised because I really didn't like that game. I thought that I mean, people I guess thought that I was just pretty much saying it was a Mortal Kombat ripoff, which wasn't my whole point of the review. My whole point was how bad the controls were and just how difficult the game was. I'm like, it was almost just unbearable. Like World that and World Heroes was all those two games were almost unbearable to play because of the difficulty. And that just made it a real shitty game, especially World Heroes.
But I just thought, Mortal Kombat just wasn't the whole point of the review. My whole point was how bad the controls were. Just how difficult they were. Like, it was almost just unbearable.
Ooh.
That World Heroes was off. Those two games were off. That was real shit in the game. That's the World Heroes.
I don't know how he fucked up like that, but I'm glad he did. Yes, I'm definitely gonna play Fighting Force. I just don't have the actual copy of it. When I did that review, I had a digital copy of it on my PlayStation Network account, but I don't have that anymore. So I'm just gonna buy another physical copy of that. I actually beat Fighting Force. I think it was about maybe a year or two after I did that review. I remember it was one summer I was at my grandma's house. God rest her soul. When she was getting older, and I was so bored down there. And like I said, she was getting on my nerves so much. And I remember, like I said, I was visiting down there from college, and I remember I was like, man, you know what? I need something to do. And I said, you know what? Let me try Fighting Force. And I actually went through the whole game. I don't know. I guess just because I was so bored, I had the patience to actually do it, and I beat it. I beat it. It wasn't easy, but I beat it though. I never beat Fighting Force 2 though. I'm gonna try that again, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna have to probably use some Game Shark codes for that. That game's hard as hell. Yep, Fighting Force 2. And to be honest, they really weren't. Fighting Force 2 wasn't that bad of a game. The first one, now I'm not gonna lie, I still think the first one was one of the worst games I ever played. Because it was just a disappointment. But the second one really wasn't that bad. I mean, I like how they incorporated the weapons. The controls were a little,
a little loose and a little, a little hard to get used to. But I got used to them after a while. But the only problem I had with that game was that part I showed y'all on the review when I tried to make that jump. Like for whatever reason, I couldn't beat that part. And I don't know, maybe if I had had a little bit more patience with it, I could have done it. But at that time, I just couldn't beat that part for whatever reason. But the only problem I had with that game was that part I showed y'all on the review. When I tried to make that jump, like for whatever reason, I couldn't beat that part. Maybe if I had a little bit more patience with it, I could have done it. But at that time, I just couldn't beat that part for whatever reason. Ooh, high arc. Oh man. You want to take that 3 so bad? Because Ripper been lighting his ass up.
Oh wow, you said Fantasy Star? Man. Shit. I've been contemplating doing that in Final Fantasy. To be honest, I will stream probably Fantasy Star 1 because I got really far in that. But I'm going to be honest, y'all. I'm going to have to probably look at a walkthrough of that before I go into the game so I can kind of get a clear idea. Because when going through that, you got to do a lot of grinding for one. You got to do a lot of grinding, and then you have to go through that cave where you find Odin. And going through that cave is a nightmare because you got to go through that shit without the flash technique. So I'm gonna have to kind of relook at that again, and like I said, and then I'm gonna have to just kind of get my bearings together before I do that one. But that's a great idea. I would love to do Fantasy Star 1 because I feel like you guys deserve to see an RPG from me. I've never reviewed an RPG because I always thought that it was gonna be so long. Like I said, I've had plans to review Kingdom Hearts. I had plans to review Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 1, actually Fantasy Star 2. That was going to be one of my reviews I started writing a couple of months ago. So I think that's you guys are going to deserve that stream. Like I said, it's going to be long as hell now. Long as you guys don't mind watching it, and have the patience to actually sit through and watch me grind and go through caves and all that shit. Man, I'll be glad to stream Fantasy Star. Because I always thought that it was going to be so long. Like I said, I've had plans to review Hearts. I had plans to review Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 1, actually Fantasy Star 2. That was going to be one of my reviews I started writing a couple of months ago. But I think that's you guys are going to deserve that stream. Like I said, it's going to be long as hell. As long as you guys don't mind watching it, have patience to actually sit through and watch me grind and go through caves and all that shit. And I'll be glad to stream Fantasy Star.
Oosh. I'm not gonna lie. Another one I want to stream is Pokemon. I want to do Pokemon Red version. What I'm gonna have to do is get the Rumble pack for the 64, and then I'll have to get Pokemon Stadium from what I remember, and it was a way you could play the game from Pokemon Stadium. But that'd be cool to stream Pokemon. It's all kinds of ways to do that stuff now.
And then I had to get Pokemon Stadium. I remember it was a way you could play the game from Pokemon Stadium. But
Just what I wanted you to do. Yeah, I will review all the retro ones, all the ones that they had later on. I didn't really know too much about those. I think the latest one I played was like the Pearl version, and that was on Nintendo DS. That because that kind of had the same style as the original ones. I don't remember if I beat it though. I made it to the Elite Four though. Yeah, the retro ones, all the ones that they had made later on. I didn't really know too much about those. I think the latest one I played was like the Pearl version. That was on Nintendo DS. That same style as the other. Oh, damn. Oh, come on. Oh, this percentile ain't too bad. It could be higher. percentile ain't too bad. Yeah. Free bucket. Oh man, you're supposed to make that. We barely won that shit. We should have started them. He's still one player of the game. They remaking Diamond? Oh wow, that's cool. I'm not gonna lie, that I would want to play that. I would want to play that. And then it's gonna be on the Switch. Yeah, that's gonna look nice. Am I spraying here? Good night to stream when it's raining and calm like this. They remaking Diamond? Oh wow, that's cool. I'm not gonna lie, I would want to play that. Oh yeah, of course. I'll never forget we were out there playing basketball that day. That shit was hilarious. That probably was like the last time I played basketball. I was so fucking tired that day. I was so out of shape. Like man, I used to play like 10 basketball games from like 10 in the morning to 10 at night all day. I'm like, man, if we played that one game that day, I was fucking worn out. I'm like, wow. I'm in shape now, but it's a basketball shape is a different type of shape. Like you gotta really be used to running and having to deal with physical pain and getting beat up on and all kind of shit. Like, but you constantly are running with basketball. Like, I'm like, man, you gotta just be used to doing that shit. I'm like, man, I don't like running like that no more.
Fucking tired of the day. I was so out of shape. Like, we used to play about 10 basketball games from like 10 in the morning to 10 at night all day. Like, man, we played that one game that day. I was fucking worn out. Like, wow. I'm in shape now, but it's in basketball shape. It's a different type of shape. You gotta really be used to running and having to deal with physical pain and up on and all kind of shit. Like,
Believe it or not, we actually didn't play that. We actually had one. I remember when we were playing that day. I'm like, this is like, dude, that was like the first time I played basketball at that time in like years. Like I said, well, no, it wasn't that long. It probably was like a couple of months. Yeah, it was a couple of months because I remember we had went to the rack that time when I remember we had. I think Giovanni was with us that time, but we had went to the rack. I remember we had played that day. But yeah, I just remember that day particularly outside. I'm like, yeah, I can't play outside no more. It's the difference with that. The courts be all slippery and shit. It can be hot outside. Like I said, the damn ball be going flying all in the streets. You know, people be having to drive and swerve out the way from the ball and all that. Like a street ball is different. As a matter of fact, that's probably what I need to do. I got the poster on my wall. Where is that shit at? The Charles Barkley poster, the game that he came out with. I think that's on Sega CD. I need to stream that one day. That'll be funny as hell. That game was trash. And then that Michael Jordan basketball game too.
Going flying around in the streets, you know, people be having to drive and swerve out the way from the ball and all that. Like, street ball is different. As a matter of fact, that's probably what I need to do. I got the poster on my wall. What is that shit? The Charles Barkley poster. The game that he came out with. I think that's on Sega CD.
I think I did. No, I remember that the day I'm talking about. We were playing together. I remember it was me, you, my brother, Jay, and James. We were playing against like some random guys out there. And I remember we had actually won because I remember this was like the first time I played basketball in a long time. I remember we had won. I remember this because we played like 2 games and we won both of them. And I remember I was tired as shit after the first game, and I did that second game. I said, "Yeah, fuck this shit," and I went back. I went back in the house.
I think I did. No, I remember the day I'm talking about. We were playing together. I remember it was me, you, my brother, Jay, and James. We were playing against like some random guys out there. I remember we had actually won. I remember this was like the first time I played basketball in all time. I remember we had won. Remember this because we played like 2 games and we won both of them. I remember I was tired of shit after the first game, and I did that second game. I said, "Yeah, fuck this shit." Went back in the house.
Actually, yeah, no. I remember the day we had won. I remember we actually stayed out there and played. We had stayed out there and played like 2 games. And then after those 2 games, we pretty much were like, fuck it. Because I'm like, man, hey, we got our dubs. So, hey, I'm going in the house. Like, fuck all this shit. As long as we won, okay, we can say we came out here and balled, whatever. Get your little street accolades, get your little dap ups, but I'm out. And I remember we had went back in the house. And immediately, I remember I had smoked. I remember that because my body was beat up. Because I remember immediately when I went out there, I had on some beat up Nikes, and they didn't have any soles or any type of support on the bottom. And I remember I had went out there and slipped, and I twisted my ankle, and my ankle was hurting so bad. I was like, yeah, we had won that game, and I was like, yeah, okay, screw this, I gotta go sit down because my fucking ankle was killing me. Because when I played basketball when I was younger, like I said, I got the right to sit here and talk about this because, god damn, it's raining here in Georgia. It's like literally a flood outside.
get your little dab
Holy
up,
shit.
I'm out. We have back in the house.
Yeah, that's what I should tell some basketball stories, man. Like I said, that's some crazy basketball stories.
Immediately when I went out there,
It's fucking
I had
hilarious.
beat up Nikes. They didn't have any soles or any type of support on the bottom. I remember I went out there and slipped and I twisted my ankle.
A game that I don't own that I would like to review. I mean, any game that I would pretty much want to review, I could buy. I can't really like. Usually, the way I do the reviews is kind of like based on the kind of game that it is. Like, it usually has to be a good game that's frustrating, but it has like a lot of like crazy elements to it and a lot of like peculiar type of elements that makes it like a decent game that you will want to play. But it just has its frustrating elements that make it kind of not really a bad game, but not really like necessarily the best kind of game. The best example of like a game that I would want to review would be like Scorpion King or Death Trap Dungeon. Death Trap Dungeon was like one of my favorite reviews actually. I think out of every review I've done, I think Death Trap Dungeon honestly is my favorite. Like, that's the prime example of a game that's a frustrating game reviewer episode. Like, I feel like if it's gonna be like that, then I'll review it because it's gonna make a good episode. But if it's not really gonna make a good episode like that, I generally try to either just do a little stream about it or maybe talk about it and reference it. But I don't really want to make a whole episode because it's usually a lot of work that's involved in doing that. Yeah, they did cross me. We were out there playing basketball that day, man. I remember shit, like I said, man, like I remember, like I said, I was the one that used to do all the crossing and all that stuff. When I was younger, like I said, I grew up during the AN1 era, when everybody wanted to go and try to, do all the tricks and stuff. In fact, I remember when I was younger, I went to this camp and all the guys that were in AN1, I remember it was this dude named 50. And 50 was like part of like the little AN1 crew, and I actually went to school with his cousin. She was in my class. I knew her pretty well. But I remember that I remember, like I said, I grew up during that era, so that was all I grew up, doing, trying to, be like Allen Iverson and stuff, dribbling the ball, breaking stuff in the house, dribbling tennis balls and whatever I could all day. I was lethal with my handles. Like I said, I was sitting here looking at my little stuff when I played in the little amateur athletic union league that they have, the little AAU league. I actually played in that for years. I didn't ever play in high school like that because I never really wanted to, play organized ball like that, in high school. And plus, I was moving a lot, so I never really had a chance. I always went to like basketball camps and played in the neighborhood, and like I said, played AAU and stuff. And during my years doing that, like I said, I twisted my ankle a lot. Like I said, because I was always trying to be like Allen Iverson, so I used to twist my ankle a lot. I mean, I used to, like I said, I'm looking at it now. My toes literally are still kind of purple now. But I remember, like I said, like after playing, like I would literally have like a fat ankle, like both of the sides of my ankles would be like fat, and my toes used to be like purple down there from all that running, and just jumping and running and stopping and stuff. But don't get me wrong. Now, when I was doing that, I could not be stopped. You could ask anybody that grew up playing with me. Like, the people used to hate having to guard me. And I used to literally, like I said, I used to try to be like Allen Iverson because that was my favorite player. And then Stephen Curry, like I said, Stephen Curry was my guy in college when he went to Davidson. Those were like my two players I used to want to play like. Like I said, I was a Stephen Curry fan before he was even in the NBA. But yeah, like I said, I did that stuff, playing basketball for years. So when we were out there that day, and I remember I had landed on my ankle, and I started remembering all them times I twisted my ankle and damn near broke it. I sprained my ankle millions of times. I said, oh, nope, I ain't doing this no more. My basketball days is over. I can't afford to be walking around limping and shit.
I used to literally, like I said, I used to try to be like Iverson. That was my favorite player. Yeah, Stephen Curry. Like I said, Stephen Curry was my guy in college when he went to Davidson. Those were like my two players I used to want to play like. I was a Stephen Curry fan before he was even in the NBA. But yeah, like I said, I did that stuff, playing basketball for years. So we were out there that day, and I remember I had landed on my ankle, and I started remembering all the times I twisted my ankle and damn near
broken. I sprained my ankle millions of times. I smoked dope. I ain't nervous. My basketball days is over. I can't afford to be walking around limping and shit.
Damn. Yep. That's all we used to do growing up was play basketball all day in the neighborhood. Like I said, it kept us out of trouble. We weren't, trying to be in gangs and stuff. It's like that's pretty much all you had around you. You was either in a gang or you were playing some kind of sport. You know, when nothing else going on.
That's all we used to do growing up was play basketball all day in the neighborhood. Like I said, it kept us out of trouble. We weren't, trying to be in gangs and stuff. It's like that's pretty much all you had around you. In a gang or you were playing some kind of sport.
Slipped past me. Oh, I tried to hit a Fat Joe. He leaned back on him. Ah, I ain't see. Ooh, he was up high as motherfucker. White boy can jump. I don't care what nobody say. The sounds of this crowd is just relaxing to me. Like it's like you don't have no distraction. It's like they think they loud and distracting you, but it really sounds soothing. Like I can actually focus on scoring. I don't feel like I have any distraction. Ooh! Throw it down, white boy. Throw it down.
This crowd is just relaxing. It's like you don't have no perspective. It's like they think they loud and distracted you. They really sound stupid.
Damn it. Yeah, but like Dane was saying in the chat, like literally, if I gained any pounds that day, I know I lost it. Definitely, when we was out there playing basketball. That's when I knew I was officially retired. Hell, at least we won the game against some guys that actually was out there doing it all day. Them motherfuckers used to be out there playing all day. I mean, I can't talk, but I'm like, hell, we did that when we were kids. I'm like, dude, I'm grown. I don't have time to do this.
Yeah, but like Dane was saying in the chat, like literally, if I gained any pounds that day, I know I lost it. Definitely out there playing basketball. But I was officially retired.
Oh.
At least we won the game against some guys that actually was out there doing it all day. Them motherfuckers used to be out there doing it all day. I can't talk, but I'm like, look, we did that when we were kids. I'm like, dude, I'm grown. I have time to do this.
Oh, you son of a fuck. Damn it. Crazy basketball stories. Think of one. Oh, good shot. Well, see, thing is with the crazy basketball stories, it always. Oh, I got one. Man, y'all, I'll never forget this, y'all. I remember in my neighborhood in Palisades, I had a friend. Ironically, his name is Chase, just like mine. But I remember, like I said, you know, him and Ryan, like I said, they were brothers. They're my dogs, man. I remember like every day, man, we used to go to their house because see, they had a basketball goal, and them niggas like, you know, they was into the basketball shit, just like I was, and into just, you know, sports, but they more like, you know, were artists. But I remember, like I said, we used to be over there just playing basketball all day at these boys' house. Like it used to be literally right, you know. Got off the bus, like I said, change clothes, watch cartoons. I remember I used to go straight down to their house and we'd be playing basketball all day until their mom got home and then, you know, got tired of us and we had to leave. But I remember one of the days we was over there playing, and it was a little 2-on-2 game, and I remember it was this dude that stayed in our neighborhood named Matt, and Matt used to just always, I don't know, he just always used to just talk trash, and you know, he just was always a shit talker. Always getting into it with somebody about to fight. Always, I mean, always like that. Like I said, like, and I don't know. Like I said, he was always getting into it with somebody about something. And I remember one day, in particular, him and Chase had started roasting, and then the roast had went to you know, it getting personal. And I don't remember, Chase had said something that had made him, you know, kind of like, you know, a little personal. And like I said, mind you, they were usually cool. They usually, you know, got along with each other pretty well. But for some reason, you know, like Matthew just was trying to act like a gangster all of a sudden this day. It was like saying, yeah, bro, you know, I beat your ass and whoopty whoopty woo. And I remember his brother had came by. He had an older brother, but nobody never used to see his brother outside. Nobody ever really knew him or any of that. He was like, yeah, he would beat your ass and blah, 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 blah. And mind you, Chase, like I said, Chase is a normal guy. Like I said, this guy's like a Dragon Ball Z fanatic, fucking artist. Like I said, this man just be chilling. He don't be on none of that bullshit. And But like I said, he will beat your ass. Like I said, but like I said, I remember on the whole time Chase was just sitting there chilling, like like he really didn't even understand, why he was even getting all spiked up. And mind you, this was going on for about a week. And then finally one day, I don't remember what happened, but they had, I remember Matthew had got in his face, and I think he swung on Chase, and then Chase swung back, and like I said, Chase, had actually was getting him. He was tagging his ass. And then I think I had ended up breaking it up, and then his brother, Chase's brother, Ryan, had ended up breaking it up. And Chase wasn't even like mad. Like he was just, really calm the whole time. And Matthew was just, going off and saying, man, bro, I shoot you, and what I'm saying, bro, I beat your ass, man, and what do, nigga, my family is, mother, niggas to start talking, when they lose a fight. And the whole time Chase was just calm, and like it was just the funniest thing in the world. But like it was like Chase was literally like calm the whole time and just telling him like, bro, like, what I'm saying, I apologize, like I ain't mean, we really gotta, be beefing with each other. But I'll never forget, like, after the fight had happened, and Chase was like, like, he was like, man, I tried to apologize. I don't know why that was funny to me, because I had never apologized to anybody after a fight. Whenever I tried to fight with somebody, I ain't never apologize to them. Oh man.
Chase was just talking. Like, it was just the funniest thing in the world. But like, it was like Chase was literally like calm the whole time and just telling him like, bro, like, I apologize. Like, I mean, we really gotta, be beefing with each other. But I'll never forget, like, after the fight had happened, Chase was like, like, trying to apologize. It's funny to me because I never apologized to anybody.
Nah, not really. You know what's funny though? It was another Chase in our neighborhood too. Because that, like I said, that Chase in our neighborhood, he stayed behind me. It was a white guy. I remember it was him, and he had a dad named Mr. Jack. And I remember we used to get like firewood from them for the random times that we actually used to use our fireplace. But yeah, we actually had 3 Chases that stayed in the neighborhood. But like I said, I spell my name differently. I spell it like a Chase lounge, like a French chair. Chaise, and they spell it Chase. But yeah, Dane, I remember we played that game. Yeah, I remember. Actually, yeah, I think Chaz was pretty much the one carrying our ass, because I remember I was tired and my ankle was hurting, and I remember I was just throwing a bunch of assists. I was just pretty much on my Chris Paul. But everybody scored though. Like I said, everybody had actually scored. Jay scored. Like I said, you scored. James scored. I scored. Chaz was scoring. Like, yeah, and I remember we had another guy on our team. I don't remember him doing too much, but I just remember setting y'all up for a bunch of assists, because that's one thing about me. Like I said, I might not be as good and as agile as I was when I used to play, but I still know the game. I mean, I'm still smart. So I remember I was just throwing a lot of assists to y'all and just setting y'all up, and y'all were getting easy buckets. That shit was funny. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I think Chaz was pretty much the one carrying our asses. I remember I was tired and my ankle was hurting. And I remember I was just throwing a bunch of assists. I was just pretty much on my Chris Paul. But everybody scored, though. Like I said, everybody had actually scored. James scored. Like I said, you scored. James scored. I scored. Chaz was scoring. Like, yeah, I remember we had another guy on that team. But I don't remember him doing too much. But I just remember setting y'all up for a bunch of assists. Because that's one thing about me. Like I said, I might not be as good and as agile as I was when I used to play, but I still know the game. I mean, I'm still smart. So I remember I was just assists to y'all, just setting y'all up, and y'all were getting easy buckets. It was funny. Oh, he missed. Finally. Uh, gotta finish that, bro. Hey, Dennis. Immediately got the fucking rebound.
Finish that, bro.
Damn. Oh yeah. I told them about that story with this with AB. Yeah, I told that's actually in the Mortal Kombat stream. That's in Mortal Kombat stream 2. When I started playing Mortal Kombat Armageddon, I think that was what I did like about a week ago. But yeah, it's in Mortal Kombat stream 2. And then Mortal Kombat Stream 3. I had told it in those two streams. Yeah, I told them that, and of course the story with that door. Hey Dane, I even told them the story about Laura. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. I told them about that story with AB. Yeah, I told that's actually in the Mortal Kombat stream. That's in Mortal Kombat stream 2. I saw Mortal Kombat Armageddon. I think that was what I did like about a week ago. But yeah, it's in Mortal Kombat stream 2. And then Mortal Kombat stream 3. I had told it in those two streams. But with that, and of course the story with that door. Hey, Dave, I even told them the story about Laura. You know what I'm talking about.
Damn it, man. Oh yes, man. What's going on, Samurai? I'm the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm playing this Giant Ripper. You said Satan. Oh my god, man. You can't make this stuff up.
Oh yes, man. What's going on, Samurai? I'm the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm playing this Giant Ripper. You said Satan.
My favorite NBA team. I don't really have one anymore. I don't know. Like I just kind of just watch the game and just enjoy it for what it is. I guess I just have to go with the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, since that's where I'm from, they've been playing pretty good recently. Especially against Philadelphia. But I'm not really. I don't know. I'm not really a basketball fanatic like I used to be because it's like once I found out that all sports basically are designed to be known as like entertainment instead of actually being a sport. That's when I realized, yeah, all this stuff is, I'm not gonna say it's made up, but it's all written, and I've heard so many conspiracy stories, like I said, when you look back at some of those games, like those Lakers versus Kings games, the Sixers and Bucks games, and all those games, they basically, put people in the finals and all that. It's like they've been doing with LeBron James, putting him in the finals all those years with Cleveland. But then again, nobody in the East was challenging them. But I don't know, like it's just all entertainment to me now. It's not really even like something you could take seriously. Yeah, the Lakers. Yeah, yeah, they got that. I mean, they finally had to go on and put LeBron, in his legacy. I mean, he old. Like I said, all these young guys is in the league now, so I mean, he had his time. I mean, that man came in the league when I was in seventh grade, and he still is playing basketball. So it's like shit, dude. Like you gotta learn when to sit out. They basically, put people in the finals and all that. It's like they've been doing with LeBron James, putting him in the finals all those years. And again, nobody in the East was challenging. I don't know, like, it's just all entertainment. It's not really even like something serious. And the Lakers, they finally had to put LeBron in his legacy. I mean, he old. I said these young guys in the league also at his time. I mean, that man came to the league when I was in seventh grade. Still just playing basketball. So, like shit, dude. Like, so, and they still pushing him like this old horse. Like, oh my goodness, LeBron James, the greatest player ever created. Ooh, good block. Will he be able to take on Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving in the New Jersey Nets in the NBA Finals? Stay tuned to see the great, spectacular LeBron James. And then when you watch the games, like he be playing terrible. Like I said, that I don't know. I just can't take sports seriously. Like I said, I don't even really be watching sports like that anymore. And it's funny I'm even saying that because that was literally all my life was revolved around when I was younger. Now I don't even be caring. I don't care who wins, who loses. It's just all entertainment. It ain't like I'm getting paid for it. They still pushing them like this old horse. Like, oh my goodness, LeBron James, the greatest player ever created. Will he be able to take Kyrie Irving in the New Jersey Nets in the NBA? Stay tuned. See the great, spectacular LeBron James. And then when you watch the games, like, you can't tell. Like I said, that I don't know. I just can't take sports seriously. Like I said, I don't even watch it. It's funny. I mean, because that was literally my life was involved. Now, I don't care who wins. Oh. It ain't like I'm getting Dirk Nowitzki. Larry Bird and Dirk Nowitzki are the greatest basketball players ever created. Yeah, all those guys, Chris Paul, LeBron James. I mean, I'm glad they still are doing their thing in the NBA, but they dinosaurs. Like I said, I'm sitting here looking at my old video game collection. Like I said, Carmelo Anthony on Live 05, he had the braids. I mean, he looking like a 19-year-old kid. Like these guys, like I said, they literally were playing basketball when we were in middle school. I was in middle school in 2003. In seventh grade. Like these dudes are still playing basketball. Basketball players ever played. LeBron James. I mean, I'm glad they still been doing their thing.
They good. Got this one. That's it. I'm sitting here looking at video game collection. Like I said, Carmelo Anthony on Live 05, he had the braids. I mean, he looking like a 19-year-old kid. Like, he got said. They literally were playing basketball when we were in middle school. I was in middle school in 2000. In 7th grade. Like, these guys are still playing basketball.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's like they didn't do it like Mike. You know, and I gotta be honest. Like that's why when they start having those arguments about who's the greatest basketball player and and all that stuff. I mean, to be honest, Larry Bird and Michael Jordan and all them probably are the greatest players because during their time. I mean, even though LeBron James played a long time, but I saw his career. Like the NBA, they laid the red carpet for him at that time, man. Because that during his time, they wanted to market Allen Iverson like that, but Allen Iverson was getting in so much trouble.
I was hearing stories where he was getting shot at by people trying to steal other folks' women and was always drunk all the time and depressed and shit. Like they were saying, Allen Iverson was going through a lot of problems, like off the court that they kind of swept under the rug, and they were trying to market him as that guy. And then, of course, when they saw that he was a little bit too much to handle, they tried to do Kobe like that. But then Kobe got in that rape situation, so they didn't really have nobody. They tried Shaq. Shaq, like I said, was his own personality. They couldn't really do anything with him. And plus, Shaq was getting old, so they needed a new person to market. And they knew that LeBron James was going to be the guy for the 2000s. So the red carpet was pretty much laid for him, from the time he came in. I mean, they knew he was going to get multiple championships and and do all this stuff in his career. They were going to make sure that he was going to do it.
He was getting shot at by people trying to steal other folks' women and was always drunk all the time and depressed and shit. Like they were saying, Allen Iverson was going through a lot of problems, like off the court that they kind of swept under the rug, and they were trying to market him as that guy. And then of course when they saw that he was a little bit too much to handle, they tried to do Kobe like that. But then Kobe got in that rape situation, so they didn't really have nobody. They tried Shaq. Shaq, like I said, was his own personality. They couldn't really do anything with him. But Shaq was getting old, so they needed a new person to market. And they knew that LeBron James was going to be the guy for the 2000s. So the red carpet was pretty much laid for him, from the time he came in. I mean, they knew he was going to get multiple championships and and do all this stuff in his career. They were going to make sure that he was going to do it. It always drunk all the time.
But one thing that they didn't expect in the NBA was for Stephen Curry to blow up like he did. Like nobody saw that coming. But what's crazy? I saw it. I didn't know he was going to be this big, but I thought he was going to be like another alien type of player. Because I remember I went to Georgia Southern, and Davidson is in the same conference as Georgia Southern. So a lot of those guys, when I went to those basketball camps, they told me, I used to ask them, like, so how was it, when y'all used to play against Stephen Curry? And a lot of them really used to hate on him because, matter of fact, the year I went to the low basketball camp in 2009, that was the same year that Stephen Curry got drafted. So I remember when I was at that camp, like I said, I was pretty much like playing with, I saw a lot of their players that were there, and I remember I was asking them like, how was it for y'all to, to play against Stephen Curry? I remember they said, oh, he can't really do nothing but just shoot, you know. I'm like, well, shit, he must can shoot a lot because this nigga finna go to the NBA. I mean, shit. This is in 2009. This is before he was, they beat Stephen Curry, like for him and Clay Thompson and all that shit.
Davidson is in the same conference as Georgia Southern. So a lot of those guys, when I went to those basketball games, they told me, I used to ask them, so how was it, when y'all used to play against Stephen Curry? They really used to hate on me because, matter of fact, the year I went to the low basketball camp in 2009, that was the same year that Stephen Curry got drafted. So I remember when I was at that camp, like I said, I was pretty much like playing for, I saw a lot of their players over there. I was asking them, like, how was it for y'all to play against Stephen Curry? When they thought, he can't really, just shoot. Like, shit. He must get shoot a lot because this nigga finna go to the NBA. Shit. This is in 2009. This is before he could, they beat Stephen Curry. Well, he could play Thompson and all that shit.
Damn it. Good rebound. Sydney. What? Sydney. What? White men can't jump. No, he was like, no, Billy, not Sydney. I'm tripping, Billy. He's like, yo, Billy boy. What? White men can't jump. Oh, you idiot. That's them.
What? What? Okay. Yeah. Billy boy. What? White men can't jump.
Damn, he almost had a heat check. Damn it. Ah. Fuck.
Yeah, he almost had a heat check.
Ripper, you embarrassing me live, man. You're supposed to be the greatest. You pulling a LeBron James. Damn. Oh, I deserve that.
Yeah.
He bots me out.
Ripper, you embarrassing me live, man. You're supposed to be the greatest. You're putting in a LeBron James. Hey, I deserve that. Yeah.
Damn it! We're supposed to get the rebound. Ripper. How the fuck did he poise himself to still make that shot? Fuck. Yeah, I just wasn't feeling that one. Get it.
You're supposed to get the rebound. Ripper.
Come on, pressure. I'll make it easy for him. Fuck! Ooh, good one. Get it. Tied game. Can't get them all. Rip him. Oh, hell no, man. Fuck, man. Damn, Ripper, you just blew the fucking game, dog. Alright. I think I'm probably gonna call it a night. I'm getting a little tired. But I think
Oh, that's a good idea. I think Fantasy Star would be a good game to stream. I think I will probably even, look into doing that next. Like I said, I gotta prepare for that one though, because I gotta really get my mind right for that. Look at some walkthroughs and kind of get some ideas of how to really navigate through that game, because it's all dungeon crawler. In fact, it's original dungeon crawler, but that one is gonna be pretty amazing. So I'm gonna definitely check y'all out later. I appreciate everybody joining the stream, and peace out.